Hello, good evening. So, I wanted to jump on today and speak about something that is really prevalent for me at the moment, and it really relates to the work that I'm doing with a lot of my clients. And it's around taking up space and being seen. Being seen in our authenticity, being seen in our vulnerability, and being seen in our power, which are all really the same thing. And what I'm learning is that most of us, including myself, we show up and we operate from here, from the mental body. We analyze, we dissect, we plan how we're going to interact, how we're going to show up, how we're going to express ourselves. We don't show up from here, from our heart, from our being, our body, because we don't feel safe to. We don't feel that our truth, that our rawness, that the place that we're in this moment is good enough. That it's going to be received as we would like it to. That we're going to be seen as we want to be seen. So we stay up here in the mind where we can have control, where we can be perfect. And actually what it does is it blocks us off from really showing up as we are. And it blocks us from receiving what's really aligned with us, what's really a reflection of our truth. Because by only showing up from the mind and expressing from the mind, it comes from a place which says, I'm not okay as I am. I'm not okay in my vulnerability. I'm not okay in my truth. So then what the world reflects back to us is something that isn't aligned with our truth. And so we're not open to receiving what actually wants to come our way, or is actually a reflection of who we are. And often we tell ourselves that I'll shine, I'll rise, I'll achieve, I'll have success when I do this, when I learn that, when I practice this enough, when I have this much knowledge. Because we don't feel that we're okay as we are. And the truth is, we don't need to heal, plan, learn, achieve. We just need to get out of our own way and just be from here. Because we are enough as we are. And the more we keep telling ourselves that we need to wait and that now is not the right moment and that we're not ready, the more we're telling ourselves that what's in here is not enough. And what I've come up against a lot is I've only felt safe to approach life from here so I can control how I'm received, so I can seem intellectual and like I have all this profound wisdom, because I'm trying to prove myself to myself that I have this magic that I'm claiming to have. And that's usually what happens. We have all this magic and this power and these gifts inside of us that we know that we want to share and that we want to express. But energetically and emotionally, we're going like this. No, I don't want to be seen. I don't want to receive because I don't feel that I'm good enough. I don't feel that my gifts are big enough. And so really, not only does the world miss out on what we have to share and offer and our authenticity, we can't receive from those gifts because we've already decided that they're not good enough. So everything just stays within us, bubbling beneath the surface, waiting to come out, but the timing's never quite right. So we just hold it in and then keep replaying this story that we're not ready, that we're not there yet, and then we're not good enough. And really, the irony is when we just show up and we just be and we just live and approach life from here, we receive, we're seen, we're witnessed, we're felt. Being up here, we connect with others through their mental body. It goes from here to here, which is okay in some circumstances. But when we show up from here, whoever we're reaching out to and connecting with then receives us from here as well. Which means that not only does the relationship have authenticity, but it has intimacy, it has depth, it's a connection. And that's why so many of us are lonely and cut off, because we won't allow ourselves to give and receive from here. We're like that. And then we feel isolated. Because if we're like that, not only are we not opening up, but we're not letting anything in either. And what it usually comes down to is shame and unworthiness. I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. It's not safe to be vulnerable. It's not safe to be seen. It's not safe to take up space. And so the process that I've been taking my clients through in the intimacy coaching is picking out those roots, that pain, those beliefs, clearing that, clearing the bullshit, the old stories, the things that we accumulated through childhood, relationships, and rewiring the mind, the belief system, clearing the shit and replacing it with something empowering that's actually going to attract us what we want, that's actually going to allow us to be in this space where we can be open. So if any of this resonates with you, and it's something that you feel you're experiencing at the moment, then I'd love to hear from you. Perhaps we could work together. So please lean in and get in touch if you want to find out more about the work that I'm doing. Thank you for listening. Have a lovely evening.